Morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Willis is back again for your snack time with a dollop of Read Aloud. We're going to continue 26 Fairmount Avenue by Tomie DePalo. Again, before we read, we're going to thank Penguin Random House Publishing as well as J.P. Putnam and Sons for allowing me to share this book with you. Now, today, what we're going to read about is we're getting this much closer to Tomie's move-in day. In fact, he's going to experience a last thing that he'll be able to do at his old home and what he's looking forward to in his new home. So join me for chapter 8. And then after Read Aloud today and your daily response prompt, we're going to, at around 11 o'clock, we're going to do Google Meet again, and we're going to have our Monday share session. So that's something to look forward to as well. All right, so let's get reading. Chapter 8. Right after New Year's Eve. But first, we would have our last Christmas on Columbus Avenue. Dad put up the Santa Claus fireplace for the last time. It was made of cardboard. 26 Fairmount Avenue had a real fireplace. Mom put the cotton snow on top in the Santa Village, or in the Santa Claus fireplace, and set up the Christmas Village. We had a manger scene too. Next year, Mom said, we'll get a brand new manger scene for all the new figures of our brand new house. So this right here is a manger scene for those of you that don't know. And it pretty much just is a reenactment of the birth of baby Jesus. Okay? On Christmas Eve, the neighbors came by for a party. Mrs. Crane was crying a little. I'll miss you all next Christmas Eve here on Columbus Avenue. She sniffed. My dad gave her a hug. Carol Kane said she'd miss me too. Mom said, well, you'll just have to come up the hill to 26 Fairmount Avenue and celebrate with us again. It was a great Christmas. Santa brought me an Uncle Wiggily game to go with my Uncle Wiggily books. I don't know who Uncle Wiggily is. We'll have to look that up. I got a harmonica and a Jeep doll. The Jeep was an animal from the Popeye comics. I remember him vaguely just from watching like old cartoon reruns, and he really kind of looked like a bear that maybe was yellow with spots. I'm not 100% sure, but he was like kind of like Popeye's friend. I don't really remember that clearly, but I do remember Jeep being like an animal of some kind. Buddy got a catcher's mitt and a softball. We got lots of other things too. Carol Crane got an authentic Shirley Temple doll, and it was so big and looked so real that I expected it to get up and dance and sing me a song. That's what the Jeep looks like. He's like kind of like a bear. I'm not real sure what he is, but I think he might have been imaginary, like an imaginary friend, but again, it was so long ago, I don't remember. On Christmas Day after church, we went to Tom and Nana's house for Christmas dinner. Uncle Charles was there too, as well as his best friend Mikey Lynch. We didn't call him Mr. We had turkey and dressing and gravy. Dressing is like another word for stuffing. Well, Timothy me bucko, that's what Tom always called me. It won't be long before you're in that nice new house. I bet you're excited. Excited. Tom was right. I was so excited. On New Year's Eve, my mom and dad got all dressed up like movie stars. Mom had on a long black evening gown with long gloves and silver shoes. Dad wore a tuxedo with a bow tie. They were going to the Wallingford Elks Club New Year's Eve dance with Uncle Charles and his girlfriend Viva. Mr. and Mrs. Crane were going too. Carol was going to stay with Buddy and me. So the Elks Club is kind of like a group that people belong to. My dad belongs to the Elk Club in North Wildwood, but it's really just like a clubhouse for grown-ups, kind of. Althea Morin came down from upstairs to take care of us. We were going to have our own New Year's Eve party. Mom left us brownies and Cokes in the icebox. An icebox is an old-fashioned word for a fridge. Mr. and Mrs. Crane gave us party hats and noisemakers to use at midnight. There's Tommy's parents right there. And that's his Uncle Charles and his girlfriend, Viva. Gee, Buddy said, midnight sure takes a long time coming. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap after I drink a Coke and I have some brownies. Usually if Mrs. Willis takes a nap before New Year's Eve comes, I don't get up. Same thing with my boys. We've missed many New Year's Eves because of this. Carol and Althea and I played my new Uncle Wiggily game. We listened to the radio, the doorbell rang, and it was Mr. and Mrs. Morin, Althea's parents from upstairs. They had a bowl of popcorn and some ice cream. To help celebrate, Mrs. Morin said. Mr. Morin turned the radio to a program from a fancy nightclub in New York City. And now, the radio announcer said, for our entertainment, singing his latest hit, the lilting voice of everyone's favorite Irish tenor, Morton Downey. Morton Downey was my mom's first cousin. I ran to wake Buddy up. Cousin Morton is singing on the radio, I said. So what? Buddy said. Let me sleep. You'll miss New Year's. I don't care, he mumbled. There's ice cream. Okay, said Buddy. I'll get up. We put on party hats, drank Cokes, and ate popcorn and ice cream. The radio announcer said, and now to Times Square, where all the New Year's Eve magic happens. Listen to the crowd there, folks. Here we go. 10, 9, count with me, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 1940! We all blew our noisemakers and shouted, Happy New Year! And in just a few more days, an even happier event will happen. Now, here's poor Buddy, once he was drug out of his bed for ice cream. That was pretty important. I would have gotten out of bed for ice cream too. So, boys and girls, this chapter was kind of fun. You got to see a way that Tomie and his family in 1940, or 1939 actually, celebrated their holidays. So, our question for today is going to be around how Tomie spent, it says Tomie spent and celebrated his last holidays at his Columbus Avenue home. Yet, his holidays celebrations were still special. So what I want you to do, boys and girls, is I want you to think about your absolute favorite holiday. And I want you to share that with us. Tell us what the holiday is, what are some special things you do, and why you enjoy it so much. I'm already thinking about what I'll say. Mine is going to definitely be Christmas. And I have to say, Mrs. Willis loves it because of all the different colors and all the decorations and the great holiday music and just the opportunity to get together with all my friends and family. We have a big open house on Christmas Eve and people come in and they go and they stop by and we play games until late in the night. And then we go to bed and the next morning it's Christmas. I love Christmas holidays. But you might have a different holiday, and I want to hear about it. We have so many different types of religions and types of backgrounds in our classroom, and they all need to be celebrated, and we all need to learn about each other. So please share what your favorite holiday is. And if you don't have one, that's okay too. Let us know that you don't have one and you're still looking for one. So I can't wait to hear your responses. I just shared mine with you. It's definitely Christmas. But we're looking forward to learn and share with each other. That being said, at 11 o'clock today, we're going to have our class share, our Monday class share, and then we'll meet again on Friday and we'll do our Friday class share. So it's 11 o'clock on Google Meet. It's on Google Classroom, and it's also posted on Dojo where the Meet link is. So please click in and join us there. I look forward to hearing your responses. I look forward to seeing you at 11, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. I miss you. I love you. Stay safe.